Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham, Chapter 44. Description of Golden Pitikapuram. Sri Bhaskar Shastri requested us to stay that night also in their house and listen to the divine history of Sripada. Next day, after finishing our daily rites, we went to the temple of Sri Tripurantakeshwar. In the temple, Sri Bhaskar Shastri started telling about Sripada, the birthplace of Sripada. My dear ones, Sripada is verily the personification of Shiva. After disappearing in Pitikapuram, he reached the Kashi town. He took a bath in the Ganges river. With his advent in Sri Pitikapuram, he gave thrust to the earthly nature to evolve. Therefore, the earth in his birthplace in Pitikapuram received live consciousness. His divine Padukas will be established in the Mahasansthanam, which is to be founded there in the future after some centuries there. The earth will become alive and will gradually enlive the entire earth. The people who receive the awakening will be attracted to Pitikapuram on account of the divine power of attraction. We must understand that the yaga of the Pavitra Tattva performed by him started from Pitikapuram. All the places where he moved or he will move will be awakened. Those who step in these places will definitely be attracted by that divine power. Not all that, but every person has the element of earth in him. It has the attributes of sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. When we think in terms of yoga, the people in whose bodies the earthly elements is awakened by the divine compassion will surely be drawn towards Pitikapuram. I asked, Sir, I am an ignorant one. Kindly explain this matter. Some say that doing Pancha Kosha Yatra in Kashi gives great results. What is it? Sri Bhaskar Shastri said, My dear, the Pancha Kosha Yatra is merely a physical pilgrimage. In reality, our consciousness should travel through the five koshas, namely Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya koshas. This is the profound, ecstatic, divine secret in this. By the grace of Sripada, the spiritual seekers gain the needed strength to make the Panchakosha Yatra. Therefore, with his yogic power, he conducts the five great yagnas related to the five elements. As a symbol of these five great yagnas, he hold court in the Panchadeva Pahad near Karungudda. Divine secrets can be understood only by advent spiritual seekers and those with yogic sight. They will not at all be understood by ordinary men. Sripada took a bath in the Ganges river. The mother Ganges appeared before him and requested him to take a bath in the Ganga river every day. Sripada gave the boon to Mother Ganga that he would bathe in Ganga daily. The consciousness of Mother Ganga will also be in the five koshas. For instance, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya koshas. I said, Noble one, Mother Ganga is in a watery form. How can she have five trees? I don't understand it. Sri Bhaskara Shastri said like this smilingly, My dear, deities are personification of the mantras. They do not have physical shapes. Mantras are the power forms of Shabda Brahma. Mother Ganga means a deity in the form of power and consciousness. She is the patron deity of the physical form of Ganga river in a state of close identity. It means that she is a goddess in the form of consciousness. In the same way, when it is mentioned as the sun god, it means the divine form in the state of consciousness is in close identity with an orb called sun in the firmament. You must know this subtlety of dharma and profound divine secret. Human do possess waterly nature. To purify that water nature, he proposed to perform Jala Yagna. Therefore, he wanted to bathe in the Ganga river daily in Kashi. By this yogic exercise, all rivers in physical states will be sanctified. All sacred rivers will be rid of their impurities and will get sanctified. All great rivers like Ganga become polluted because of the sinful humans who take bath in them. When the great persons, holy persons, and embodiment of consciousness bathe in those rivers, the rivers will again get sanctified. The inner meaning of Jala Yagna performed by him is to purify the waterly nature form in the waterly nature flowing in the form of fluid in the bodies of living organisms. By the mere movement of his hand, the divine emperor Sripada Srivallabha creates, protects, and destroys millions and millions of universe, like is the real Lord Datta, an embodiment of the Trinity. In compliance with the promise given to sage Bharatwaj in Treta Yuga, he incarnated in the lineage of Bharatwaj in the playful gesture of a human being in the holy place Pitikapuram, where the Savitra Kartaka Chayanam was performed. The aim of his incarnation is to bless Mahasiddhas and Mahayogis and upliftment Dharma through them. He promised to be born in the name of Narasimha Saraswati is the true in every letter. Those who doubt his divine promise and who recite the incarnation of Sripada will take births as ghosts. He told many a time that ghosts possess weak and unfortunate people and that he will grant relief to those ghosts in Gandharva in his form of Narasimha Saraswati. Those who doubt his divine sayings will go to hell, such as Ruvara. The book of Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham written by you is a book where every letter of it is true. It will be translated into many languages. The great sacred haemonography confirms abundant auspicious result to whoever devotedly reads it regardless of the language it is read. The great Lord averted that he would elect worthy people to translate his Charitamrutham and that during the time of translation also, his special comprehensive look will be on the translator. The Lord added that his mercy will be obtained even when this book is kept in the room of worship and worshipped there. And he also affirmed that in Kali Yuga it is possible to gain all auspicious developments by the Parayan of this book. Therefore, it is only a lame excuse that you are writing this book, as his auspicious lotus feet are making you write this book. I said, "O noble minded one, what you said is quite appropriate. I am not a scholar. However, I do not have any knowledge of Vedas and Vedic subjects. It is a matter of great surprise and happiness to me that this great task is being carried out, that it is an customary sportive pastime for him to cure diseases with provided material and to conduct extraordinary works through totally ignorant people. It is a divine pastime. this is his nature, it is a proof of his divine power. Once a sannyasi came to Kukateshwara temple. Sripada was a small child at that time. Sri Narasimhavarma and Sri Prindya Venkatappa Shrestha took Sripada in a horse carriage to the Kukateshwara temple. The sannyasi was in a state of meditation in the Kukateshwara temple. Sripada suddenly questioned Sri Shrestha, "Grandfather, why was this fisherman allowed to come here?" Sri Narasimhavarma said in a low voice, "Kanaya, it should not be said like that. He is a sannyasi, and if angered, he can curse." Sripada retorted, "Can a fisherman also get angry? Is a person who emits stink of fish and who eats fish be called a sannyasi instead of a fisherman?" Sripada had a tendency to indicate people. In the meantime, the sannyasi opened his eyes. He observed that a foul odor of fish was coming from his body. He was a real sannyasi. He was thinking about the Lord's incarnation as fish. He was thinking whether any yogic meaning was there for the Lord's incarnation as fish. Then Sripada remarked, "Swami, there are tiny fishes in your kamandalu. See how happily they are moving inside in a different direction." Special grace to the sannyasi. All this was very confusing to the sannyasi. Sripada looked intently into the eyes of the sannyasi. Then the sannyasi started looking inward. He acquired yogic vision and found that there were small cells in the blood vessels and in different liquids of the body, and that they looked exactly like a fish. He understood that these tiny cells in the body engender different kinds of experiences. He realized that only these tiny cells in the shape of a fish caused the sense of smell to his nose. In the same way, very small cells that gave the sense of taste were in the shape of a fish. He wondered, how is this the incarnation of the Lord as a fish? He learnt that if one gets the knowledge about the very tiny cell that can identify the smell at the Mooladhara, then he will get the power to control all odors in the world. He then got back his onward vision and smiled. Sripada also smiled. The sannyasi fell on the auspicious feet of Sripada. Sripada blessed him. Then a pleasant fragrance started spreading from the body of the sannyasi. The sannyasi understood that this was the yogic procedure employed by sage Parasara to change Matsya Gandhi as Yogini Gandhi. Fragrance emitted from the bodies of Parivatsara, that is why they are called Survasinis. Sripada silently taught the sannyasi that when all experiences in the bodies are filled with fragrance, then the related physical changes also occur and spread fragrant smell. He is a divine player. Sripada said, "You know about the incarnation of the fish. The incarnation of the tortoise is the foundation for the divine nature and demonic nature. Placing the Manthana mountain on the back of the tortoise, Devas and Dhanavas curled the ocean. If you look inwards, you will become a great yogi, like the tortoise that hides its head in the shell. Else, if you turn outwards, you will amass all bad qualities and will become a demon. If you put your head out, someone will stab your head and you will die. If you do not want to die, you will have to look inward, practice yoga. You need to get liberated from the bonds of karmas." Here we come to end of Sripada Srivallabha Charithamrutham, chapter 44. Om Sai Ram.